All right. Let's talk really quickly about OSTX. OS Therapies, one of our commercial sponsors, we're proud to have because they are doing a lot to fight both cancer and leverage tech to improve drug delivery platforms across all industries. Please understand that all investments carry risk, which may result in total loss of capital. Under no circumstances is any of this to be considered financial advice. We encourage all of our followers to thoroughly research any and all investment decisions they make. We pride ourselves on building relationships with great companies with a bright future ahead in the capital markets. And I know this company is making a significant impact to fight cancer. Real quickly here, I'm going to go into the chart. OSTX did IPO back on August the 1st. It has a little bit of flat price action here, but most IPOs, I would say, within my experience, typically end up selling off decently hard once they come public to the market. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're going to go to zero, but they typically don't go straight up by any means. Honestly, I would think that a stock like this going flat is a good thing. That doesn't mean that the people, when something goes public, the people who already owned the majority of the shares whenever the company was private typically take profits when it goes public, creating huge amounts of selling pressure, which is why, a big reason of IPOs is they actually end up selling off from their IPO price. However, this has gone pretty much flat, which to me is a very positive sign. We have a low here of $1.99 and a high here of $6.67. Other than that, we're just kind of sitting in between this range from about $2.50 to $5. I think we can stay here and we can actually break that $5 level. I can see this going much higher in the short term, not to mention it being a pretty good long-term investment from what I think. So other than that, guys, let's get into the lesson. How are y'all? No sound. Great. Okay, 1 second. Can you hear me now? That's just so ridiculous. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? See some more people get in here. So I don't know. I feel like some of y'all are at my mid-afternoon stream today. So, again, I'm gonna stay on the theme of Tesla and Netflix. I'm just waiting for these things to make their move. I really hope that Netflix doesn't have some random gap up overnight, but this will definitely be the top watch for me tomorrow. However, the timing could not be worse. I'm not live trading tomorrow. It's 1 day a week that I don't. So, just to prepare you guys, it's going to be a very simple trade. Look for the volume. Prem, can you not hear me? Maybe he still can't hear me. It's probably on his end. Anyways, so yeah, so we're gonna be looking at Netflix here. I think the safe trade here is gonna be trying to enter around 710 and looking for that all-time high 711 break. But again, the easiest thing for you to do is just wait for the volume to come in. I'd rather you be late when there's high volume on Netflix because then the odds are so much more in your favor rather than being the guy trying to get in early, trying to catch the big move. However, you want to be you want to be there for whenever this move happens, and you also want to try to let this move at about $10-15, I think, easily. Anyways, do you guys have any questions for me? Any other tickers? I feel like I've talked about Netflix like all day. Pretty light stream tonight, looks like. Spy. Okay, give me 1 second here. 1 second. Okay, Spy. So, I mean, honestly, looking at Spy here, guys, I mean, this is like a really solid breakout scenario from a technical standpoint. Obviously, tomorrow is going to be a big day, right? They're either going to cut rates, which I think will probably make the market go higher, at least for the short term. And when I mean short term, I mean like the 30 minutes until Powell comes out. Typically, you're going to see a reversal there. Um, sorry. So again, it's going to be tough to say. Everyone's going to be looking for that rate cut, right? So there's two scenarios that I can look at. One is going to be we get the cut, and the market's going to take that as good news, and we're actually going to end up going higher. Okay, and I think that even just from a technical standpoint, this could easily go 570, 575, and another day or two, maybe three. If the market takes that as really good news. The other way that I could look at it is the market's predicting this rate cut, right? So it could almost be like a sell the news scenario where it's so, it's almost counted on, right? It's so predicted by a lot of people that it's going to be a sell the news scenario, right? Just like you buy the hype, sell the news. It's the same kind of thing. So I don't know what the market's going to do tomorrow. I could almost bet you that it's going to be a pretty slow open, pretty slow afternoon until the event comes out. Maybe the opening 30 minutes has some action, but I honestly don't think that it's going to be that crazy. Um, Other than that, 565 is going to be the level you want to watch, and then 560. Okay. In between this $5 range is what's going to be kind of the make or break here for SPY. I think if we give up 560, the next support is obviously going to be 555, right? And that's almost a $10 move from where we are. So if we can hold 560, to me, that's a good sign, because looking at this again, I do think that this has breakout potential, but it also may need to come back into 555 and then have one last little bump up here to, you can almost see this wedge pattern here, right? We have this uptrend, we have this flat top. So maybe it needs to kind of make a little zigzag here again, and then we get the break. So, I don't really know. No one really knows how the market's going to react. So try not to be in any positions around 2:30 Eastern time, or actually 2 o'clock, because when the number comes out. And then we have Powell speaking. So he's either going to help the market, his job is to help the market, but the market could also not like what he says. So who knows what will happen, guys? My advice again is just don't be over leveraged. Don't try to catch some big move on the number. Let it happen. Let the market shake people out, make a bunch of retail traders lose money, and then try to come in and find a trade, probably Thursday. I think that you should try to be away from your desk after the first hour of the day at most, just so you don't worry about anything. And then, come back tomorrow. So, watch Powell talk. See what the number is. See what the market does. But the last thing, honestly, volatility is what brings in inexperienced traders trying to trade news. That is right. If you're a fundamental trader, it's a little bit different, but you're also not looking to scalp it. You have retail traders who want to come in because they know there's going to be a big move on the number, and then they try to buy a put and a call one way or the other and just try to gamble it. So my advice is to stay away. That makes sense, Duco. Are we listening live? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is going to be an event. I think it may be with Bull, possibly Jay, for tomorrow. Bull put out a spread. Well, there you go. That's Bull's specialty. That's honestly how you should be trading these news movements. QQQ, I mean, Prem, that's kind of the same thing, right? SPY and Qs are going to move fairly similar. However, you see the S&P 500 at all-time highs, and you see QQQ down here like this. However, it's almost the same pattern. It's just one's at all-time high and one's not, right? So you can kind of see this wedge forming here. That's on the weekly chart. This is a pretty big time frame. You even drop it down to the daily, and you can see, I mean, this, again, is an area where we could break out of and make the move higher, right? We can easily see a kind of move like this. Or we reject, fall back into the wedge, and then actually end up breaking down, right? Both are doable, but you can kind of see here we tested this downtrend here, and this could easily go further. So yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a futures trader, Prim. I don't know how familiar you are with like my trading, but when I watch the SPY and the Qs, I'm not necessarily trading them. I want to see how my stocks are moving compared to the overall market. And the way that I teach that is think about SPY and the Qs as a basket of stocks, right? That's what futures are. S&P 500 is a basket of the 500 best performing stocks. The QQQ is the NASDAQ, which is mainly technology stock based. So I trade big technology stocks. So I'm going to see how that whole basket is moving and then compare it to my, to my specific stock that I'm trading. You do day trades and you're not even in premium, dude? What are you doing? I do have a free live trading Thursday, but this is my last free event other than that this week. How long have you been trading, Prem? Anyone else? Do you have any questions? YouTube, Twitter, y'all as well? 2 years. There we go. Got some time under your belt. Well, this is a free lesson, guys. So this is more of a Q&A type deal. My premium stuff is on Thursdays. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to hold you guys here tonight if you don't have anything. I do think, I just keep talking about it. I mean, Tesla and Netflix are my main watches. I think Meta is another good one that everyone needs to pay attention to as well, simply because it's kind of the same thing. Meta looks almost the same as SPY does, right? You kind of have these higher low, flat top here at 540, 545. We break through that. If SPY breaks out, market strong, and Meta starts moving up here, this is going to be a perfect scenario for Meta as well. Thoughts on NVIDIA right now? So NVIDIA was one of the weaker ones today. I think this is just kind of slowing down. I don't think that the company is slowing down by any means, but after this massive run here, Luke, I think that it's just kind of, it's tiring down a little bit. However, I do think we could easily see all-time highs again. Do I know when? No. From a day trading perspective for me, I instantly look at this and I'm like, well, right now price is at 115. So we're sitting in the middle, and excuse all these lines, but we're sitting in the middle of a range here. Price has gone through this, 110 to 120 area so many times. To me, there's not much of a day trading perspective there. long-term play. Yeah, so I think long-term Nvidia is a great investment, 100%. Not a financial advisor. I'm not much of a long-term investor at this point in my life, but Nvidia is definitely something that I wouldn't say that I would want to be shorting by any means. I would want to be a buyer. I don't want to be buying it when it rips up, but I mean, anywhere around $100 to $120, $110, I think is really good. Crowd into AWS, pretty sure there's more upside. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I think there's more upside in this AI chip industry, 100%. I think Intel's down in the dumps. Maybe it's a good time for a long-term buy, but I also think that that's kind of like a grandparent company. It's just not that exciting anymore. No one really cares about CPUs. Jag, I'm sure you remember Shy talking about that. No one really cares about CPUs. They care about the GPUs now because of AI. But obviously, CPUs still matter. So I don't have much to say in that regard. Okay, no worries. Well, I teach that stuff, Luke. So if you're ever interested, just let me know. Yeah, what made you leave, Prem? You should come back. We got a lot more actually now on the premium side. I don't know what it was like 2 or 3 years ago because I've only been here for a little over a year, maybe like a year and a half now. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much self-taught. I mean, when I started when I was 15 years old. Um, and obviously I'm a child, but um, I've done a couple internships at some trading floors. Um, and I joined a bunch of discords and stuff, but I'm about 6 years in now, and yeah, just haven't stopped. Used to run my own discord, found penny boys. They offered me a job, and I was like, yeah, I already teach in live trade as it is. I would rather be around a lot more people, and it's not all the pressures on me, right? There's 3 or 4 other traders here that give out trades and signals and all that stuff with completely different strategies than me. So I mean, I think that this place is definitely um, one of the top discords for stock trading that there could be, especially at the price that it is. So, and that's not me like trying to be like salesy. It's true. I've been in, probably 10 to 20 different discords, paid for many of them when I was learning. And a lot of it was just run by one guy. You're just listening to one guy. It's almost like a cult kind of thing. Here, you actually have different perspectives from different strategies, different experience, different views on the market, all that. Nice, Luke. That's good. It's cool to have a dad in the trading world. Dropping. What do you mean dropping, Prem? What do you think? Oh, he's leaving. Okay. Around like 16, 17. Nice. Yeah. That's where you come into play with the young techie mind. All right, Prem, take care, homie. So other than the wedge on Netflix, what else makes you want that trade or see that trade so much in the last couple of days? Um, well, Netflix hasn't been in this area for 2 to 3 years now. The last time we were here was 2021, and this was the all-time high. So we made all-time high at 711, and Netflix does have some fundamental news behind it. Nothing in the short term, but there is some long-term news catalyst with it, right? They're going to be partnering with the NFL. They have the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. They're trying to get more into the TV realm, right? They have the comedy live specials. They're kind of shifting that way. They've also cracked down on the password sharing stuff. So from a fundamental standpoint, I think the company's good. And do I think this is going to go to like $800 in like 2 weeks? No. But when I have these very small chances, like look here, the last time I traded Netflix was right here, and it was one day, right? We came up 700s here, a little bit of a wedge, bought it, and it popped. So this is a bigger setup than that, and we have all-time highs, and we're using that $700 price level as kind of a launch pad. So it all kind of works together in that way. And again, it's like I'm not looking for multiple trades out of this to catch it. I'm looking for this one good day that I think that could really happen, and try to catch a $10-15 move, make 300% of my contracts, and move on. When that day comes, I know that I have to be on point and I have to like really press that move, meaning I can't be in with one or two contracts, right? I got to put some size to it and, execute it. You know what I mean? So, you kind of have this bull flag wedge looking thing. You have the all-time highs. This is on a weekly chart, but I can come down on like a 1 year, 1 day. So it looks a little bit cleaner for you. I was just trying to show you the last time we hit 700 was. So all-time high, 711.39 or 33. We're sitting right around 707 today. We're starting to break out of this, still low volume. So I'm waiting for that volume to kick up here, ideally through all-time high with a strong market. This could easily be at like 725, in 1 day. Yeah, over trading's tough, Prem. 100%. It's one of the psychological aspect of trading is the hardest thing to get over. 2 p.m. or 2:30 to protect the fund. Do you hold on to plays that seem to be progressing higher? Yeah, I mean there are times, Luke, when I hold runners, but I always have like take profit areas in mind, right? If I'm looking for a $5 move and I get it, I'm not gonna keep the whole position on. You know what I mean? I would take off half or 3/4 of it and then try to scale out of the rest of it because I was only looking for $5, right? A lot of the times when you're looking for five and it moves really nicely, and then you think, oh, well, maybe I can get 10 out of it, and then it rolls over, and then you're only at $3, and you want that $5 P&L again, and then you can't get it, and then it maybe goes break even on. You know what I mean? So the best thing you can do is just try to like go for those take profits. And if you can tell, okay, well, this stock is really moving strong or it's really weak, then you can, shave off most of the position and see what you can get with the last little bit. Obviously, everyone wants to hold the position until the absolute peak. But if that's what you're aiming for every trade, you're going to lose more than you win. Luke, honestly, like where we are right now coming into elections, I'm answering your swinging question here. Where we are coming into elections and the uncertainty in the market and the ups and downs, moves kind of out of nowhere. I don't really, I wouldn't want to do it with options, maybe with shares, but with options, to me, there's just no reason to put that risk on overnight because Netflix, when it has a lot of volume for a day or two, the premiums really inflate almost like earnings. And then when Netflix kind of just starts slowly moving, even if it's going higher, those premiums that blew up kind of like a balloon are slowly going to start losing air and losing value, regardless if the stock's going in your favor. So that's kind of why I don't really love to swing Netflix. Um, yeah, all of my trades are options, Luke, but I'm a very short term day trader, so like I'm just kind of in and out, typically under 10 minutes a time with options. Just simply because I trade the mega cap names, right? So I'm trading the Netflixes, the Metas, the Teslas, the Nvidias, and I want to be able to. Of course, I want to buy 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares, but I don't have $200,000 to throw at a position. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw 200 grand into shares. I just don't have that. So I use options, and if I want to control 1,000 shares, I buy 10 contracts. You know what I mean? But of course, there's risk with options, right? There's time decay, there's premium. Um, there's definitely more risk on the line, but that's what you have to do to kind of leverage your capital when you don't have, million, $2 million trading account. Yeah, Prim, exactly. Yeah, yeah. We're in some weird times right now for sure. So, that's a big reason why. And there are times when I am swinging and I like holding things for a day or two. But to me, the market environment right now isn't primed for that. I'd rather just be the guy that's going to wait for the big day, try to catch a piece of that big move, and within that day, and then get out of here. Am I missing out on some money? Sure, but I'm also kind of protecting myself from those scenarios where you can't predict it at all, right? Like we go to war with another country overnight, market tanks 3%. I was up 50% on a swing and now I'm down 25%, whatever, just for something that's completely out of my control. So, big reason that I'm just not really swinging much right now. Ever traded Motorola before? No, I've never traded that. Why do you bring it up, Chad? What's going on? What's the ticker? I don't know it off the top of my head. MSI. Oh wow. Oh well. Actually, I don't see Motorola down as of now. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong side. This is Motorola though. I recognize that symbol. Yeah, I don't know. What else you guys got for me? Gold. No, I don't follow gold very much. From anyone that if from the many times that I hear things about gold, it's people think to buy gold. But to me, that kind of makes sense. It's somewhat of it's a hard asset. The dollar is losing value, so gold will go up, right? So, I mean, I haven't heard anyone ever say don't buy gold, short gold. Never heard of that. So, in a very basic sense, Luke, I would say I would want to be a long. Stickman, yeah. Gold mine stock. Base my trade on the change in price of gold. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I knew, or my dad knew a guy. I don't know if this is like insider trading. It kind of is, but knew a guy who could predict the prices of corn and he would trade corn futures. I don't know if he had a friend who owned a lot of cornfields or whatever, but for some reason, he knew a way to predict corn futures, corn prices, and made a ton of money trading corn futures and got out of the game. As random as that is. Yeah, kind of random, stick man, I know. But sometimes that's all it takes. Find your niche, find what you're good at. There you go, Luke. What else you guys got for me? We don't have to stay here for the whole hour. I mean, there's not a ton of people here tonight. What's going on tonight? Is there a reason why there's no one here? Is there some football game or something? You had work? Yeah, Luke, 100%, dude. I do this every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I do 2 free live tradings a week, Tuesday, Thursday morning. And then I have premium live trading Monday, Friday. And I do a premium lesson Thursday nights. Twitter. Are you looking for the Penny Boys Twitter? Or what are you looking for, Luke? I mean, I have one. I don't post really any trading stuff on there though. That's what you're looking for. If you want my personal account, you could follow me on Instagram or something. I'll follow you back. If you're interested in premium too, just let me know. I'll probably get you a little deal. There's my Instagram. I don't really post anything on Twitter ever. I'm more of an Instagram guy, and I don't really post any trading stuff honestly on my own. I probably should, but not many people are willing to listen to a 21-year-old. You know, paper handed bear. You want my streaming schedule? Is that what you're looking for? Yeah, Twitter is honestly like booming right now. So we got a guy here. His name's Stock Savvy Shy. Um, yeah, I go like when servers are down for something. Um, I go to Twitter for gaming stuff, and a lot of my stock news is actually from Twitter. So I have a couple accounts I leave notifications on. So I'm constantly up to date on my phone. It's like I get 10,000 notifications a day, but every 10 minutes I can look down, quickly read the headlines that pop up, and move on. Yeah, if only they knew, Chegg. Paper-handed bear. Yeah, I mean, I can post the schedule for sure. You in the Discord, Paper-handed bear? It'd be easier for me to put it there, just so I don't have to type a ton out here in the comments. But I can do like Tuesday free live trading, Thursday and oh, if you're in the Discord, then add me as a friend on in Penny Boys. If you're in the Penny Boys Discord, if not, I can get you the link for that. Let's see what I'm missing here. What time on Thursday live trade? So every time I live trade, whether it's premium or free, it's going to be at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. So I get on 15 minutes before the open, make sure everyone knows everyone knows, okay, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that, I'm going to look to buy this option. This is the scenario that I want to happen. This is why I like it. So I spent about 15 minutes just kind of getting everyone on the same page, telling everyone what I like, making sure everyone's ready to go. Market opens, we trade. I talk about I'm in here. Okay, I like it. I like it. Cool. Okay, I'm out now. Um, Walk you through, like, I literally just sit there and think out loud. I talk about price action. I talk about other things I'm seeing. I'm talking about any news I'm seeing. I don't shut up the entire time, but I know that that's how I would have liked to have been taught, because I've been in plenty of other discords where they just say, I'm buying XYZ here, and then you have no idea why. You have no idea how long the trade's going to be, whatever. And then you'll just get an exit signal, and you're never going to be good at that. They're keeping you as a customer here. The way that I teach and the way that I live trade is how I would have liked to have learned. So I'm walking you through every second. I'm walking you through everything that I'm thinking, good, bad, whatever, so you can start recognizing things from a day trading perspective. Paper Handed Bear, would you mind adding me on Discord? That'd just make it a little bit easier for me. Thank you, Farouk. Saw that friend request, Luke. I got you. Bam. Y'all are too nice. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. You don't have to be premium. If you're in the Penny Boys Discord, Paper Hand, you could see my name. It's just Ethan. You'll see it in green letters. I'm one of the analysts here. Yeah, Farouk, I get that. I don't know why, but Jags met me in real life. Stickman too. I don't know if they can attest to that anymore. There you go, Stock Trading Bear. I see it. I got you. Is everyone in here young or what? Am I the only- No, honestly, I feel like the audience in here is actually is um You on any other Discord, you're going to have 13 to 20-year-olds who are just, there you go, stock trading bear off of Twitter. Um, you on a most other trading Discords, it's going to be, 18 to 15-year-olds to 20-year-olds in there, and it's just absolute chaos. Yeah, I added you back, Mr. Bear. Today's market. Yeah, that's true, Luke. I mean, think about all the gaming Discords. So if you guys about to put last night before closing it all day, only to the end did I escape. Well, glad you made it out, dude. But again, what was I? I want to know your thought process behind why you bought the put, other than thinking the market's going to go down just randomly. FOMC, okay. Yeah, I already talked about SPY and Qs. I mean, there's nothing much I can say right now, stock trading bear, because we have FOMC tomorrow. So I could see, honestly, the market going either way. I can see it going up. I can see it going down. I can see it doing both in the same day. So I don't really want to pick any sort of direction. I don't want to make you, persuade you to buy a call or put or think the market's going to go up or down until after tomorrow. If you ask me on Thursday, I may have a little bit better answer. But tomorrow's a pretty big decision with the interest rate news from Mr. Powell. So I would rather you just be a little bit more sidelines. Yeah, Farouk is our Kramer, Chag, at times. This is interesting. On Fox News, the neighbor of the failed Trump assassin says that um, the neighbor of the guy who tried to assassinate Trump the other day, the other day at the golf course, kept a horse in his house. They're interviewing the neighbor. I click on Instagram. It's the first thing. Well, Farouk, we can agree on that. Yeah, I think I don't know where he was born. I think I think it's just the UK. It's getting pretty crazy. Yeah, Luke, 100%, man. Just DM me whenever you need anything, and we can figure something out. But yeah, hope to see you around more. I'm probably gonna head out here pretty soon as well. Later, fruit. Oh yeah, Billions is a good one, Farouk. Yeah, you should watch Industry next. I'm finishing the new season of that up. The new season came out after like 2 years. Love it. Industry's good. There's a lot of drugs and partying, but it's also like an inside of the financial world. But it's also kind of based out of London, so I think it's cool. It's a London bank. Billions is always good. Bobby Axelrod's great. Speaking of that, I just got a text from my dad, and it said, "End of an era. Steve Cohen steps back from trading at 0.72 hedge funds." So Steve Cohen's retiring, and maybe my boss in at the internship I do may be done in a couple of years. Yeah, industry's really good. Industry's really good. I like the Yasmin girl for a couple of reasons. Um, but nah, overall, really, really good show. Jokes, fruit, jokes. Maybe. I haven't watched Suits. I'm not really into the whole law stuff, but I know that it's a good show. Lawyers bore me to death, but you need them. And I know it's a good show, so nothing against the show, but you never catch me trying to be a lawyer. It could be fun, though. I mean, you're going to see a lot of crazy cases, but oh, Meghan Markle, yeah. Yeah, Suits is about law. It's like a lawyer show. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her either. For well, just to kind of recap here, guys. Again, Tesla, Netflix, Meta. Netflix is probably going to be the top watch tomorrow because it's the closest, and then we got Tesla, and then Meta's kind of right behind. Um, Other than that, I do think tomorrow is going to be yes, yeah. So Thursday morning. Um, um, where was I? I think tomorrow is going to be decently choppy, maybe a bit slow because of FOMC in the afternoon. So please be careful. Maybe don't even trade. I would watch Netflix tomorrow. Just this is a rare occasion where I would like you to be there in the morning and at least watch it. I would love for y'all to make some money on it if it does happen tomorrow. I think the odds are pretty high that it will. But again, I've thought that for 2 days now and it hasn't happened. So trying to be, disciplined here. But ideally, it happens Thursday with me. Other than that, we'll see what happens. But I think I'm going to call it here, everybody. Thanks for the new guys coming in here. If you need anything, add me as a friend and DM me. Um, and I'd be happy to help you. Yeah, stock trading bear, 100%. I would be careful. Don't try to hold on to anything for too long. All righty, guys. Have a good one. Good night.